now we said it.
Okay, so for this feud segment, I'm basically going to give you guys a feud that happened, give you a little snapshot of it, and then we're going to discuss whose side we were on during it.
Cool.
So let's start off with our OG franchise, Real Housewives of Orange County. My favorite season of Orange County was actually season 9.
I knew you were going to say it.
When Shannon Beador made her iconic entrance, and you will all see the truth. I mean, it was such a dark season, but so good.
Shannon is one of the darkest energies that we've ever seen on any house.
So dark, so dark.
And I know from production, there's a lot going on.
I know, but
There's a lot going on right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anywho, we've got Shannon versus Heather.
Can't scream at me again.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Again.
You can speak
you
to
can
me.
scream at
Are
me
you
at
pointing your
Javier's.
finger at me?
I am. You can no stop it. You can scream at me at Javier's,
I
Heather,
didn't
and I
scream
drop
at you
it.
at Javier's.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't, Shannon.
You know what? Oh my God. I f***ing had it with her. You guys will all see the truth. We'll all see the f***ing truth. Stop it.
So this was the first time Heather had like a legitimate feud for a
Right.
long period of time. And so basically Heather was allegedly saying, her and Terry were going to say they're going to take the Beadors down. And then there was the chair incident when they went to dinner.
Oh, and she sat in
Heather
her chair.
took Shannon's chair, and Shannon wanted to sit
so
there.
good.
And Heather made this, like, she gaslighted Shannon. Oh, wait, I'm giving my own
Wait,
opinion. Sorry.
I just thought of that too, though, when she was just like, speaking of the feud and the taking down, I keep thinking, we have a term for that medicine. It's called penis.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
And then the circulating the email that David allegedly typed up to Shannon.
Right.
And then the amazing, we're done here. Please leave. So
I'm asking you to leave.
So
My children are upstairs. And Heather in that, like, insane hairdo.
Yeah.
With Terry standing in the back, he's like...
So basically, whose side were you on during this whole feud situation?
I want to hear Malcolm go first.
Heather DuBrow.
I knew he was going to say that because
Really?
she loves it. 'Cause remember Heather DuBrow was in his top
Oh,
whatever
right.
this whole
Oh
time.
my God, Shannon's the most irritating.
But you gotta think about that specific feud.
feud.
I'm not saying like
Oh.
who your favorites with or whatever, or a whole like looking at it as a whole. That's that one feud.
Think
is what
outside
I'm-
of the box.
Okay,
referencing.
that makes things.
Okay, well, we're going to come
Heather.
back to
We'll
you.
come back to you.
Okay.
I can go. I'm obviously Team Shannon. Even if you put them next to each other, I like Shannon over Heather. And the reason why I like Shannon was that in this feud, this is a woman hurting, outwardly hurting. And even when Heather kicked her out, Heather in her head was like, this is a moment. I'm kicking someone
Right.
out of my house. Where all she could have done is like held her. How do we fix this? Which is usually Heather's trope is like, hey, you have a problem? How can we fix it? So to see Heather in that vile light and like, this is where we like, Heather met her match.
Yes.
I want to go next because I kind of want to funnel off of that. It's like I see that Shannon was acting crazy and I see Heather wanting to kick her out, but Heather was preying on the weak. Like Shannon was just so weak and vulnerable and just like truly, 5150 certifiable. And so she really just like ran with that. And it's like you're facing an opponent that you know you're going to squash. It's not,
I also was very much Team Shannon on this. You could, even though they never explicitly showed the DuBrows wanting to take
Saying
them
that.
down, you can see it. They didn't even have to show it.
Yeah.
There was definitely something there where they were not here for Shannon and David.
even if they never said that, I agree though that like I was thinking of when I was watching it, I was like they definitely had that energy of like, oh fuck, because Heather was the richest, whatever. Even when they first walked into Shannon's house, because you could tell Heather's like,
She was like, "Oh well, we're not in the same neighborhood," or like that silly little like.
Heather DuBrow is so highbrow. It's like,
Yes.
And
She saw
That's why
a
you
threat
like her.
in Shannon, in a sense, whether she'll ever admit it or
Right.
not. There was a little threat from Shannon because she was still like very wealthy
yep.
and comparable, whereas Heather has never been compared to the other women on Orange County.
And David is hot.
Yes.
So if you put David and Terry in a room, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
do
that is
feel
a
like
hot
David
couple.
fucks, but then I could picture him killing you after.
Yeah, no.
There's
I
some
would do it.
darkness behind those blue eyes.
So
Yeah. No, I thought Heather. It was kind of interesting to see Heather getting sort of exposed.
Yeah.
okay, speaking of that season, Heather exposed too. it wasn't with Shannon, but do you remember when they were at the hoedown and she all right, so she tells the guy, she goes, crank it up when Tamara was on the bull. She's like, yeah, turn it up, crank it. Tamara flies off and she's like, oh my God, I think broke my arm. And Heather's like, oh my God, you okay? She's like, do you see it? That was way too fast. Who did that? Fire him.
That was bad.
Did a deep dive on that scene. Incredible. And on my live with Tamara, I asked her about it.
What'd you say?
Because I said, God, like, literally, they put in the footage that Heather was behind all of that.
Right.
And Tamara said, no, it actually, they did like splicing or something.
And she had told that for a different time.
Because I was like, they didn't even. I was looking forward to it being brought up at the
reunion.
They never touched it once, and she was like, "Yeah, they probably didn't because production was probably behind it."
So she probably did that for somebody else when it was going slower.
Exactly.
I see. Because that was the best. And she's like, "Who did that? Turn that down."
I know.
Fire him. I was like, "What?"
It was wild to watch because it clearly made it seem like it was Heather.
Then that was the best editing I've ever seen.
Right.
So
oh my
good.
God! And then remember the hoedown? She was mad that Shannon was late
Yes.
because of the
Yes.
basketball
She
fight.
just like
Anything
didn't like
Shannon
Shannon.
did.
Shannon could not win. It was-
Yeah.
She shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, that season Shannon was amazing.
Shannon's like, I did not come for Heather DuBrow. Heather DuBrow did not come for Shannon Beador. I've done nothing to Heather DuBrow. I love that she always says the last name because even if it's difficult, I think
Yes.
even with like, she's like, I did not ask Gina
Megan
Kirschenschmeichel. She's like, I did not ask Bronwyn Wyndham-Burke.
I'm shocked she didn't say, I start charities, Megan King Eggman.
Yeah. Oh, no. I remember. I'll never. It was season 12. She goes, I've never talked about this with Lydia McLaughlin. She's like, I never started things with Lydia McLaughlin.
I love her.
Shannon does
Shannon's
say
the
first
best
and last
housewife.
names, kind of like how Rinna says Harry Hamlin.
That's true.
Shannon, I think we, I don't know when their MVP stuff is airing, but regardless, she wasn't in my top 3, but like Shannon is up there with my MVPs of Housewives.
Right.
She's in my All-Star cast.
She
love
was in her early. Now I feel like she's not as great, but like in her early seasons for me, she was absolutely
Just
'cause
first
she's unfiltered, and like she put it all out there.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Up until that first those season of the Waking and the mirror shot and
Yeah.
all I want to do is eat.
She
actually-
for like a Shannon redemption, and I'm not really.
Well,
getting
last
it.
season was like supposed to be it, but she was still super bad shit.
To be fair, she did come up as a favorite once with like a favorite quote, and is like, "I'm just gonna have another nacho."
Or I need to be drunker for this when she was about to have sex with her husband.
Yeah.
Whose side were you on?
Heather's.
Okay.
And I think People Magazine, didn't they do a poll and Heather won, like favorite housewife poll? I will fact check that.
So when Bravo did favorite housewife through Watch What Happens Live, and it was after season 9, and Shannon Beador won across all.
Oh, I
Housewives.
think that's what it was
Yeah.
then. I remember
I was
Shannon.
shook
Yeah.
because it was after Shannon's first season.
Yeah,
and I think
which is
that really
great.
probably boosted that confidence because she literally
David, no,
out of
no,
everybody.
David, no, these people, no, David, no, but they're being horrible to me. And like Shannon is, she's so unhinged that there's no way to mask it, and
Right.
her trying to mask it is actually coming up. It makes her look more unhinged. and
Right, it's better
incredible.
TV. Like,
Yeah.
what was it? A bottle of wine is 6 glasses of wine. What if everybody wants wine? Like, her unhinged about a bottle of
when
wine.
people call her over-
when David for eating a chip before
Right.
dinner.
And then
I
she's
made
like,
this some time making all this dinner, and of course you have to eat a chip.
Remember when she
And
eats
he
and he's
literally
like,
just bites right in front of her.
remember she eats something, she's like, no, it's a little piece. She's like, I just ate that. She spits it out of her mouth, and you're like, but like when people try to call her out on her alcoholism too, or with drinking, she'll be like, I have one glass before, and they're always, you could tell she drinks a lot.
Right. No, my favorite shot of her drinking is shaking at Heather's. Before the conversation.
So I'll just have a vodka lime to, nice. Or whatever. Okay, so we'll wrap that feud up. Who's
Yeah.
next?
So our next feud. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this is way back in season 5. This is when I would say our last amazing casting was Kenya and Porsha.
Right.
They haven't been able to hold on to girls this long since then. But this is literally the start of their feud. Was Porsha invited Kenya to a fundraising event to speak, and Porsha referred to her as Miss America instead of Miss USA.
Yeah.
I just want to announce that we do have Kenya Moore here. Miss America 1990.
Miss USA.
What was it?
Miss USA.
Miss USA. I'm sorry. We have Miss USA here.
And that sent Kenya off, like literally ending the friendship, like completely set her off.
They have one of the funniest feuds, and it's so running.
so
Sometimes I look back
absurd.
and it's so funny the shit that they say to each other.
I know. So
Bye,
She's like,
Ashley.
Porsha,
Do
you
y'all
dumbass,
think-
slutty ass bitch.
do y'all think
Bye,
that was
Ashley.
worth a feud over?
I don't know if that, like, I could see
And
if
whose
it's such
side were you
a
on?
when it's such a coveted title and you're very proud. I could see yourself wanting to correct it, but I wouldn't have gotten angry because, like, to be honest, I didn't even like know the difference. Like, I knew that there's two separate things, but I could see myself messing up. Porsha also should have like gotten the title right.
Totally.
But yeah, it's not worth starting a feud over. I think it's another case of like Kenya just didn't like her, and I
Yes.
also think she knew like we're both the newbies here. I think sometimes when two newbies come in together, they almost feel like they either have to
Like a
they either have to
rivalry.
compete or they have to buddy up because we've seen
Right.
both.
And then I remember too, it's like she just hated Porsha. And then at this moment, remember Porsha had the NFL husband, a lot of money, and Kenya got a lot of slack for being cast for not even being married. Remember?
Right.
So I think that it was like her insecurities taking out on Porsha were like so loud and clear,
Yeah.
and like they could have squashed the Miss America
I
thing
mean,
so easily.
I think that's a trend for Kenya is all of her insecurities, she takes it out on her
Right.
cast members. Like,
sure.
Kenya is a deeply
Deeply
hurt and angry woman.
Right.
I thought you were gonna say she was a dick.
well, she is a dick.
She is a dick. That's incredible.
Your side.
Portia's. It was like petty.
Yeah.
It's a case of semantics.
For me, I was definitely Team Porsha. Like, I think Kenya had the right to say, like, afterwards, hey, I actually pissed that you didn't get my title. You should get, for the future, and when you're doing things like this, you need to know who your people are. Blah, blah.
Right.
Could have been, like, nipped in the bud, like, real quick. But it turned into a season-long feud after one title mix-up. And I thought that was just crazy.
What I like about their feud is that in the moment, actually, when watching it, I think I was Team Kenya, but now, obviously, in retrospect, I'm Team Porsha. But this is one of the times where housewives are feuding, but we had an ultimate blowout. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, like, it's like, you know what I mean? They laid hands on each other, so it really came to a
Yeah.
head, which is like a lot of housewife feuds continue and linger, and there's pockets and moments like Ramona and Bethany, but
Yeah.
this one really just ramped its way up.
They never recovered from that. Like,
Right.
they literally, I don't think,
Well,
that's
in,
when
like,
Gone
the-
with the Wind happened.
Bye,
that
Ashley.
season.
Bye, Ashley.
Was the scene right after for that. And then this following season, she fucking drags her. across
And the reunion too.
Right.
Yeah, just nonstop. It's literally just been going on for years and years and years and years. And years.
What is the just quickly? What is the rule with like hitting like another castmate? Are you obviously
now
not
it's
fired,
like
but
you're out. Like
okay.
2020, it's like
So I mean,
because Porsche hit a lot of people.
I don't think it's like you're out, right?
right. I mean, I think that will be the tone moving forward.
Maybe moving forward because like Monique.
Because like in Flavor of Love, you hit a
trouble
bitch, you're gone.
during
Right,
that.
you know?
Like she
That
chose
goes
to
out, yeah.
not film things after.
Right.
And, like, I don't know.
I think it's all
situational,
context,
too.
right? It's all in
Yeah.
how
It's all context. Who's next?
Next feud. All right, let's go back. This is a more recent one. Real Housewives of New Jersey. So this is, keep this in mind, before we all found out that Teresa encouraged Danielle to pull the ponytail.
Oh,
So this
yeah.
feud is Teresa versus Marge.
Would you ever tell her to pull my hair? How sick is that? You f***ing love this girl so much that you're gonna f***ing just let it hurt me? For what? For what? You're a real f***ing asshole. I'm like f***ing freaked out. Who
Does that?
This is your f***ing friend? This is who you want to associate with? She just threw you under the bus in front of the f***ing world. To save her own f***ing ass.
Last season, we saw Teresa taking Danielle's side throughout the whole season.
Wait, I don't even want to do Teresa versus Marge because it's so non-eventful. I think I like still can't.
Okay. You could do it.
No, we can.
Right. But let's just weigh in. I'm curious.
Let's
It's
just
pretty
wait,
good.
I just feel like there's like their feud kind of like isn't even a feud. It really like nothing.
It was a
super-
season-long feud, though.
But I don't think it was like it wasn't like the focus of their feud. It was kind of this outline thing, and like you could tell it wasn't like there was nothing full engaged. Nobody was fully in on it. Like to me, it's like yeah.
I'll
I think
pick
it
a
was
different one.
important.
Cut.
Wait, no.
No,
I
you-
think it was important because like it revealed
Psychopath.
like the character, like with Teresa,
that's what I
just
thought.
like
I thought it
running
was
away
interesting.
and like can't owning her shit. Like yeah, you egged it the fuck on, admit it. And then like Marge, I feel like always got like the shorter end of the stick, and like just didn't really have much to like show for herself when trying to
Yeah,
defend
I
herself.
have
And this was
major
it.
thoughts on this feud.
I think I'm Team Teresa.
I'm team.
Oh my god.
What?
I think that like the big kind of moment that everyone gasped about was when she told Danielle to pull her hair. But let's not forget Teresa. That was the first time she was wasted on camera, and I just think that 3 words or whatever, do it,
It's not indicative of, like,
right.
yeah.
And Marge found something, and she's like
The whole scene took like
milking
Teresa's not
it.
Because Marge didn't feel a genuine
relationship
relationship with Teresa, and Teresa was always like, "I'm your friend, girl." But little
And
things
then-
like that.
Right.
That's
she
my
would, like,
point. Is like
yeah.
Teresa and Marge have this real friendship, and she could. This is my problem with Teresa. Is like she literally will take the wrong side, and like she
Yes.
cannot put herself, like she can't see past her own bullshit.
Well, she's also dumb.
There's
So
that.
like, there's that.
But like she, like Marge said, she's like, this woman, you've seen how she's treated me for the past year
Yeah.
when it comes to like the wedding stuff, blah blah blah. Like she was always taking Danielle's side whenever Marge literally has always had Teresa's back.
Right. I think
Always.
where Teresa comes from though with that is like a loyalty standpoint, is that she is loyal to a fault, which we know, but you have to think about when Danielle came into her life. She zenned out. She just came from prison. Danielle
Send out.
but Danielle is like so hungry and thirsty that I can see her calling and texting and checking on
Totally.
Teresa every day.
Me
And when
too.
Teresa felt lost back in her new world, that really resonated with Teresa. So don't think that she was blindly supporting Danielle. I think Danielle really was a good friend to her when she came out of prison.
I agree.
so
and
did
whether she was a good
Marge.
friend for the right reasons or not,
Right.
that's what it
Totally.
is. Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like Marge was also the one
Yeah.
like constantly texting her, checking
It's like
in
Teresa,
on her.
how you doing? So I talk about.
I think it was like Danielle, like she aligns herself with the wrong people.
Well, no.
And if
but
you're
we're-
torn like that and it's like that, just like make it neutral or
Yeah,
just
she should have
diffuse
been
it.
more neutral. In
Wait,
my
Teresa?
opinion. Teresa
Yeah.
in that she should have been more neutral with the Marge and Danielle thing.
Right, but I think that what I liked about this season and watching it was that it was giving me old school Jersey vibes when Danielle would be like, "Tree, you got my back. You got my back. Tree, you got my back." Like
Yes.
there's like an Italian mob.
Loyalty
You got my
thing.
Yeah.
back.
That's what I think.
loyalty
Even, and
thing.
Teresa obviously knew too is wrong too. I think a lot of it she's thinking about the show and her loyalty with Danielle for the show and things like that. There's a lot of that. I just like didn't feel like
I
I
it.
like
do
that
love
she-
their loyalty, like
Oh my god, Dolores.
energy for
Yeah.
that show. It's like
Loyalty,
they
loyalty,
expect
loyalty.
you to stand by them if they're wrong.
Right.
It's
It's
wild.
so fun to watch to me.
Yeah.
Is that a Jersey thing?
I
think
don't
it's
know.
an
I don't.
Italian
thing.
I,
It's Italian.
yeah, I'm like I
Ah.
don't like it. I don't really love Jersey.
I love New Jersey now. Oh wait, new
Like
new.
New
I was
Jersey.
like, not Jersey.
Right.
Like
And that's why I got
revived.
into. But yeah, you know me. I don't like the East Coast. I don't like Potomac. 'Cause I don't like the area. I don't like Jersey as a state. I don't like Potomac. I don't like Maryland as a state. I don't like the way they talk.
That's fair.
It's like guys, that's just where I'm at.
But I'm excited because this feud's gonna linger into next season. I
Oh,
think it's
totally.
gonna start off kind of where we pick up.
They're gonna have
so.
to like rebuild that friendship
Right.
and that trust.
What's the latest with Danielle after that crap she pulled at the reunion?
She's not
She's
back.
done.
She's not back.
done.
She's cooking gluten
No,
free.
don't you remember she went on Watch What Happens
To
Live
quit.
to tell everyone that she's no longer
Because
returning.
she obviously knew that she wasn't getting hired back.
It was like, one, you weren't even a housewife, and two, they weren't gonna ask your ass back anyway.
Right.
Okay,
She
who's
was
next?
Really leaning into that.
I'm like, come on, let's roll.
Let's move
Who's
it
next?
All right, final one. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's go way back to season 1, Kyle versus Camille.
You
No, I did not.
swear on my mother who has cancer.
Okay, well,
you
that's what I'm
did
saying. You think I
say
thought
that.
You think that I said that?
No, you did say it. You said
Oh
it.
my God, Camille.
You just can't
Why
cut
would
to
I
it.
break? Why would
I don't know why you just
Why
can't
would
cut
I
to it.
introduce? You're such a f***ing liar, Camille.
So allegedly, Kyle had said that why would they film you without Kelsey going to Hawaii? And then also allegedly said Camille's very insecure. Whose side were you on?
I'm gonna go first. 100% Kyle. Because I think she's a very truthful, nice human being, and she gets so much hate. Camille
Agreed.
is such a liar. She's so delusional. I could totally see Camille spinning it. I can see Camille lie. She's been caught in so many things. Camille definitely actually created that feud about the show for the show.
Right.
Like looking back, I like can't see how you wouldn't be Team Kyle in this. Camille's a nut, and she's so unbelievably thirsty. I could genuinely see Kyle just being like, "Oh, like you're not going with Kelsey, so like, oh, like what? Like just asking something like from
Yeah,
a
just being like,
logistics."
wait, are they filming it?
Yeah, from like a logistics
Yeah.
thing. And Camille is so insane. You even see what happens. Like, they'll see something in the show, and then she goes on Twitter and she like rants about it. And it's like, that's like, you just blew it so out of proportion and like twisted it. And she's like, no, they're twisting things on me. They're doing it to me, Kyle. It's just so, and she's smacking her fucking lips together. Ugh. Sorry, go ahead.
I agree with
You and the mouth
I
thing,
have
they
a big
really
thing with, I have
bother
a
you.
big thing with the way people talk or their lips or their accents. Like I struggle like talking to certain people. Like I can't talk to people from Boston. I can't. I struggle with like, the Maryland DC stuff. Yeah, it's tough for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Can't relate.
It's OCD actually. Yeah.
I'm from DC.
Some of your words are tough for me to hear. Yeah, because like the way you say like house or like housewives, you put L's in
Real
your house.
Housewives?
House. Yeah.
I don't even notice.
Oh
any
my
of
god,
that.
I noticed it all so quickly.
Is there an LA accent?
It's
really
it's not.
slow.
Yeah, it's just slow and laissez-faire. Yeah.
Wait, what?
But you guys enunciate everything. That's really what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for like not added syllables or sounds or vowels. But you guys are just slower.
Yeah.
And I feel like I speak perfectly.
Keep telling yourself that.
I'm like, fucking bitch.
So I was Team Kyle, obviously. I mean, I think to me, Camille was so insecure because she knew everything that was going on in her marriage and not letting it out. And I think she heard something that didn't happen. I think she overanalyzed, like what you just said.
Yeah.
Kyle said something literally trying to figure out logistics or something super innocent, and she turned it in her head to something that it really wasn't. And it turned into this huge feud.
It's like, those girls are out to get me.
She,
like in that voice too.
Yes.
She was probably just insecure about being a housewife, and to Kelsey Grammer, who's this huge star, and like Camille's like a Mickey Mouse dancer.
And Camille was trying to secure herself on the show because she knew that Kelsey was about to leave her, and she's like, it was her lily pad, and she needed saving grace, and she was just like,
I mean, that was one of the wildest things is we saw Camille wave goodbye in her driveway to Kelsey Grammer for the last time in that house.
See, that's
Isn't that wild to think about?
gutting.
riveting
That's
television.
like dark and wild.
That's like, yeah, that's what I like.
So I think that's where her head was at.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually funny when you think about Kyle and Camille, especially last season, that she was a bridesmaid in Camille's.
And even Kyle was like, why the fuck am I a bridesmaid? Like, Camille is insane.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's just the thirsty. Like, she was a bridesmaid because it's when you become so transparently thirsty. So what bothers me is that so many people, when Camille came in the past 2 seasons as a friend, they're like, well, Camille's starting shit. I'm like, because she wants to be on the show. When they're coming, if you're a housewife and then you have to come back as a friend, you're doing it with an angle to try to get back to be a housewife, which clearly means you're kind of going to come up with these hijinks to get back as a housewife, and it's so apparent.
Right. And the perfect example of that, and the person to do it flawlessly,
Danielle.
is Luann. Because the season that she was a friend, the moments where she wasn't trying, be like cool, don't be all uncool.
She was a housewife. That was season 7.
She was a friend.
Yeah, she was
What?
full-time.
She said something.
I forget.
like-
Season 6 was like the Montana season.
That
or
was the
whatever.
Montana season.
But yeah,
Right.
she was
She
effortlessly
was
just like in the
herself.
fray, and
Right.
they're like, okay.
Well, she made sure she was at every filming event. She made sure
Right.
she was.
Because she wanted to
Scene.
drink.
Every episode.
But she didn't try hard, if that makes
No,
sense. A lot
exactly.
of the comebacks just
and same with
try
Porsha
hard.
when she got demoted that season. Like it was just
Right.
like
She was
fine.
happy to be there.
But then you have like Danielle Staub coming in and Camille coming in. It's so slitherly and gross. It's gross.
What I will say about that Camille feud, and the one point that I will give Camille just for entertainment value, is the fact that she knew she was feuding with Kyle, and then at that dinner made sure her and her friends were aligned to not only take down Kyle, but Faye Resnick. Like, it was like producing behind the scenes magic, because it made for one of the best dinners ever.
Oh my God, bring Faye Resnick
But it
as
also-
a housewife.
I agree, but it
please.
also does show that like that dinner so clear is where it's as far as where Camille's mind is in like
Right.
wanting to be vicious in the show. Yeah.
We have to give her props though. Having that season 1 villain to season
Right.
2 being one of the most beloved, like that transition
That arc
with
was
the
nuts.
viewers is like, that's a hard thing to do. She was literally when Andy read through that whole like most hated
Pernicious,
house-
conniving, bitchy,
Yes.
stupid, slutty, fucking ugly. No, I'm kidding.
But like that at the reunion to season 2, everyone was like, yes, Camille. Like everyone was living for
Season
her.
2, I was focused on Kim Richards and Taylor Armstrong.
Yes.
I
Oh.
couldn't even pay attention to anything else.
She was on the cover of People as the most hated
Yeah.
housewife too.
Yeah.
Like,
That
talk
title.
about-
Yeah. Okay.
So I was, I think we were all Kyle, maybe.
Yeah.
Who's Kyle?
I think,
And then Camille's. That's who I am, Kyle.
That's not who you are, Camille.
Yeah.
That's how you are
She's like, yeah,
pretending
that's
to
what you're
be.
She's like
pretending
talks
to be.
really lazily like this, but like opens her lips like this. She's like, yeah, Kyle, we are actually doing that, and we are not gonna go. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's how Camille Grammer talks.
But it's interesting because
So it bothers me so much.
it's interesting because Kyle called out Camille, and she's like, and you sit there and you do your little hand thing that you do, but in actuality, Kyle is the one that goes like this. Watch anytime she's listening.
and the
She's
eyebrow
like,
goes up.
yeah.
Eyebrow.
For the
Yeah.
record, I do not like Kyle. Oh my god, no. She's like, if she got fired tomorrow, the only redeeming quality about her is her last name, her nieces, and Kim Richards.
That's a lot of redeeming qualities, though.
But not her as herself, you know?
Well, I will say, and I think I've said this before on here, I did not like Kyle while Kim was on the show. When Kim got off the show, Kyle became likable to me.
Because Kim's the one that riles her up the most.
Yeah.
I would
Right.
say that I want to see Kyle angry with her sister because that's when it's true. Otherwise, since then, when we see her get angry, it doesn't feel like it really bothers her.
Right, it's not
Is
authentic.
Kyle that horrible? Like she
She's
seems like
not.
someone you can hang out with.
No, I
she's
think
got
she's a great
like
mom.
I think she's great.
Yeah.
I think she's
She's good TV.
Like, yeah, no, I think she's a great mom. She seems like a great person, but
she's a good housewife too.
Kyle, come over. Let's watch a
fine.
movie.
She's connected.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
interesting. Like she has that like
but she's
aspiring.
never had a storyline besides her sister, to be honest.
I disagree.
She's a trash.
I think she's the
husband.
glue that holds it together. I think she doesn't need that like strong
I
storyline
actually
per se.
felt like she, at the beginning of this season,
And her
if
and
they
Lisa.
cut her, I feel like Beverly Hills would still go on without her in a seamless way.
Yeah, they don't
I
need her.
could see that, but
But-
I like
Cameron
her
Westcott. and Melissa Gorga, you two.
Right.
Settle
I mean,
down.
She's not welcome in the Teddy Mellon camp.
Yeah, okay, Ted.
Wait, it's together because they do it together.
Whose phone is going? Okay.
Okay, so
Not
those are the
mine.
feuds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly a house divided on many of them. The only thing we actually agreed on was
Basically,
Camille
Camille
and
and Kyle.
Camille and Kyle, yeah.
Can we talk about why we didn't talk about Lisa and Kim's?
Well,
feud?
there was a million feuds that we didn't talk about.
But that one is just the most like iconic. It's probably because I'm biased and I just love Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Well, yeah. The Lisa Rinna. We'll do that on a future
Yeah, we can
episode.
do a
We've got
part
plenty
two.
of feuds.
Stay
to go for.
tuned, Lisa.
If you're watching Rinna.
Yeah,
We have the bunny.
If you like this, comment below so we can do a part 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot that we can
We
really
have a
dive
lot
into.
of feuds that we'll be jumping
There's
into.
a
Yeah,
lot.
what feuds do you want to see us discuss?
Yes, let us know in the
Yes.
comments. Let us know who you agree with for the feuds that we just discussed now. And again, subscribe and thank you guys for tuning in.
And also, just let us know what you want to see in general. We're happy to read that and do more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. That was great, Malcolm.